Right, we are back for history. And I hope that you did your comprehension check for Dwight D. Eisenhower. So we'll go back to page 405 and we'll look at that together. What words were added to the Pledge of Allegiance while Dwight Eisenhower was president? That's easy, right? Under God, one nation under God. What words that President Eisenhower signed into law became our national motto? In God we trust. Good. So we see that on our coins, and we know that when we pledge, we say one nation under God. Which famous military academy did Dwight Eisenhower attend for his college education? Yes, West Point Military Academy. Did you get a chance to see those little video clips that I showed you? So one of the video clips did talk, or maybe even a couple of them, talked about how he went to West Point Military Academy. One of them where it's where he was, I think, inauguration day for him. They were saying how the West Point military was going by and that he was part of West Point, remember? So hopefully you remember that. What program to study space began while Eisenhower was president? NASA. Very good. You guys should have seen that. Did you see the little boy with his facts that you need to know about Dwight Eisenhower? And in that, he talked about the National Aeronautics and Space Association. I think that's what it's called. Phew. So it talks about NASA. Name two important wars in which Dwight Eisenhower served. Good. It's easy. World War I and World War II. So both world wars. How many years did Dwight Eisenhower serve as president of the United States? 8 years. Remember, I drew that in the air for you yesterday? So 8 years. What states were added while Eisenhower was president? Alaska and Hawaii. Good. See how easy that was? So I know that you can do that. Also, that was in the video with the little boy. He gave those interesting facts, 10 things you need to know about Dwight Eisenhower. So that's why I put that in there so you would see. Well, today we are on page 406. Did you see my Xavier riddle? Wow. Let's do it. So today we are on page 406 with Amelia Earhart. Did you see my Xavier Riddle video that I was showing? See, that's all I had to say. My Xavier Riddle video that I had for her. So it's the second part. You don't have to watch the Leonardo da Vinci part, but the second half is about Amelia Earhart. Please watch that. I had to pay money for that. So Amelia Earhart. 1897 is when she was born, and then she died in 1939. And this is a very interesting lady whose life was just full of adventure. So we're going to talk a little bit about her adventuresome childhood. And let's start with love for adventure, where you can see that on page 406. As a child, Amelia Earhart loved adventure and the outdoors. She loved to go fast. Watch out! Amelia shouted to her friends as she grabbed her sled, got a running start, and flew down the steep hills. Look at her go, her friends said in amazement. She is not afraid of anything. When Amelia's family went to the World's Fair in St. Louis, Missouri, she saw her first roller coaster. Oh boy, that was the first roller coaster. That looks like fun, Amelia said. After riding it, she went home and tried to build her own roller coaster. And if you watched the Xavier Riddle, then you saw that's what she did. She decided, set up a ramp by my shed and whatever and get it to go. She tried to build her own roller coaster. It did not work the first time. As she was riding the cart down a ramp, she fell off. Amelia was not badly hurt, and she was determined to try again. After changing her design, she had a successful trip down her roller coaster. Made her own roller coaster at her house. Amelia's determination would later help her to do amazing things as an adult. When Amelia was in 8th grade, she saw one of the Wright brothers' first airplanes. It was not like the fast-flying machines of today, and it could not stay in the air for long. Little did Amelia know that just a few years later, she would be flying high in the sky, breaking records and making a name for women pilots. It wasn't a thing for women to be pilots, and especially to break records that both men or what neither men nor women had accomplished. So she was doing something totally amazing. All right, look at the bottom. Words, important words and important names. Important words, World's Fair. It's an event where countries from around the world show inventions and achievements. So people that have come up with new and improved things, they bring it to the World's Fair and they show them off. Important names, Amelia Earhart, the first woman to fly an airplane across the Atlantic Ocean. And then Charles Lindbergh, the first person to make a solo flight across the Atlantic Ocean. So the Atlantic Ocean, I mean, that's a decent path that we know right next to us. So she flew all the way across from America over to Europe, or, you know, whatever, but she was the first one to make that successful flight. School years. When Amelia was 19 years old, she went to a finishing school where girls learned manners as well as regular school subjects. She did well, quickly made friends, and became a leader among her classmates. In her second year at finishing school, Amelia became the vice president of her class. Their motto was, "Honor is the foundation of courage." Can you say that? Honor is the foundation of courage. This was a motto that would stick with Amelia for the rest of her life. During Christmas break, Amelia went to Toronto, Canada. World War I had begun. She saw wounded soldiers and decided she needed to help. She couldn't just sit there and watch them. She's got to do something. She did not return to school, but helped nurses in a hospital until the war ended. This made her think, maybe I will become a doctor. I will have to go to college and study hard. Amelia attended college and studied science, but she had to leave because she didn't have enough money to finish. How many times have we heard that in the past few people that we've talked about? They started out being able to go to school or being able to go to college, and then they had to leave because they just didn't have the money. What will I do now? Amelia wondered. That question was quickly answered when her father took her to an air show. These airplanes were much different from the airplanes she had seen years before that the Wright brothers had. They were, the Wright brothers had great, obviously, because they invented the first ones, but now these were like airplanes. They're still not the same that we would recognize today. They're still a little bit different, but boy, oh boy, these were exciting, fast-flying planes that could perform tricks. So they're not just going straight and just trying to stay that way. No, they're going upside down. They're going way up in the air and coming way down, and they're doing all kinds of things. This is amazing, Amelia shouted in excitement. This is for me. I will be a pilot. Out of nowhere, she went to finishing school, which means you learn manners, how to stand and how to walk properly, how to sit and sip tea with your pinky up, all of that, okay, and some subjects. She learned some good subjects in finishing school. But then she wanted to go to college to be a doctor because she thought, I need to help these wounded people, and I could be of use doing that. I didn't get a chance to finish college, and what are they doing? I'm gonna be one of those. She just decided, I'm gonna be a pilot. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to be. Well, I know you want to find out more. Don't turn the page because you get no, because that will ruin it. Don't do it. Wait until tomorrow, and then we will find out together what she was able to do or not able to do. We'll see. But we already know that she did it because it already kind of it spoiled it when it explained that she made that flight over the Atlantic Ocean. So, but how cool is that, right? Let's look really quickly at important places. Howland Island, the island in the Pacific Ocean where Amelia Earhart was supposed to land. So supposed to land, interesting. We'll find out why didn't she land there or what else happened tomorrow. Don't read ahead. I'll have your parents tell me, do not read ahead. We'll find out tomorrow. All right, look forward to it. See you, love you, bye.